Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix playthrough. It is time for another wonderful trip through the worlds of Kingdom Hearts. This time, however, we are visiting the Enchanted Dominion, which is going to be always quite fun. And what's also quite fun is that we can, because I did the command board just there in that split second, in such a delightful quick cut, I can get the next doohickey that I wanted to get, which was... Oh, I'm not going to get it. What am I doing? Do you not want to get once more, you stupid fool? Although maybe that's Blizzard. That might be Blizzard. I don't even know anymore, but I have got a cure with the Thunder Boost, so I suppose that is good. And I've got a few other things while I'm at it, so that's also quite nice. At least it's not as, you know, bad as what I had done in the past couple of parts of, you know, making an action command rather than a battle command, because that was always a smart move on my part. But there we go. I think that should pretty much cover us. I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of Thunderstorm as a command, even though it is used up very, very, very quickly. Or like it sets itself up very quickly. It annoyingly doesn't really do all that much damage, which is a pain.
Stop! You get away from her!
What? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, I've never seen anyone so beautiful.
Who are you?
I'm Ventus. But you can call me Ven.
Oh, you don't seem bad, dear. I'm certain you have a pure heart, just like our precious Aurora.
Can you tell me why she's sleeping?
Long ago, Maleficent cursed her. Now she's stolen her heart.
Well then, why don't I go get it back for her?
That's impossible, dear. Maleficent's home is at the Forbidden Mountain. It's not safe.
I'm not afraid. We can't just leave Aurora like this. I can help. You gotta believe me. Come on, let's go get her heart.
You know, you're absolutely right. The Forbidden Mountain is through the forest. Come along, follow us. After all, we wouldn't want you to get lost.
So, yes, pretty immediately we come across Flora, Fauna and Merryweather, which is always quite fun. I believe that Flora is voiced by Barbara Derrickson, Fauna is voiced by Russi Taylor, and Merryweather is voiced by Tress McNeil. So, that's all quite fun and lovely. Obviously, very depressing entrance because, you know, we come in and then all of a sudden there is the delightful Aurora completely fast asleep and not moving. Which is always a great thing to witness, clearly. I do like that Flora, Fauna and Merryweather actually, you know, come in and go, no, don't go near her, when, you know, clearly they weren't here at any point during Tara's visit. It's just like, seriously, you would have thought that they would have looked after her in some way, shape or form during her slumber. They wouldn't have allowed Maleficent to get anywhere near her body, but clearly they are not all they're cracked up to be. I mean, I would say they are nowhere near the complete levels of idiocy that they are portrayed as in Maleficent, which is obviously the live-action retelling, shall we say, of Sleeping Beauty, which is a live-action remake which really seriously made me angry. Like, I might have said it when we first visited the Enchanted Dominion, but yeah, I don't tend to get mad at games, or well, I don't tend to get mad at films all that often. Largely because they are what they are, and hey, that's just life. And most of them really are okay. They're sometimes excellent, sometimes nothing special, sometimes they're bad, but that's not to say there's a reason to be angry about them. But Maleficent made me angry. And the key reason for that is that it's a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but it's a retelling of Sleeping Beauty which basically says that the original Sleeping Beauty is completely wrong and rubbish and has no bearing on anything and should be completely disregarded. And that's the type of retelling that just really, really, really gets my goat. And it's particularly frustrating because you've got examples of what Maleficent tried to do in Wicked. Because obviously Wicked is the book, and the musical more so, is a retelling of the story of the Wizard of Oz from the witch's perspective, trying to make her a more empathetic character. And certainly obviously does a brilliant job of that. But the whole thing with Wicked is that it doesn't shy away from the fact that Elphaba ends up being the villain. Like, she still does the things that everyone says she does. It's just that she doesn't, at least for a while, mean harm with it. It's only after you get past defying gravity when she starts terrorizing. She is the bad person everyone expects her to be, because that's the only way that she can do what she feels she must. What Maleficent does is take Maleficent, who's obviously an absolute classic Disney villain. Like, if you look at all of the Disney villains throughout the ages, Maleficent's definitely up there as one of the most iconic. It's the look, it's the green face, it's the voice as well. It also, you know, the turning into a dragon, that's kind of a big thing. But she is such an iconic villain. And really, she is a villain sort of for the sake of being a villain in the original story. Because, like, the whole reason she curses Aurora is because she didn't get invited to the party, because she's clearly incredibly bitter. Which is a bit of a ridiculous reasoning, and yes, there is perhaps room for expanding upon that. But what Maleficent the film ends up doing is saying, oh, you got it completely wrong. Maleficent was actually a good person who was effectively raped, because that was sort of the implication of what goes on, and abused, and that's why she became the way she did. And then she cursed Aurora because she wanted to get back at the man who did all that irreparable damage to her, and then actually ends up doing more to look after Aurora than the fairies, who are just completely and utterly ridiculously useless. And actually ends up caring for Aurora, and then she's the one to wake her up with True Love's kiss, and it's just, I mean, obviously I've just done complete spoilers of Maleficent, but hey, it's been out for a while now. And it's just like, so you've just done the True Love's act of true love is not from the romantic interest, which is supposed to be sort of this big statement, but it's just like, but Frozen just did this and actually better not that long ago, so that's already a mark against it in my book anyway. But then also there's the whole thing of making the king be the villain, and just generally and like having this really happy ending where Maleficent's the good guy, and it's just like, but there's no I don't want to say precedent, but it's just like you've completely taken away everything that actually made the character interesting in the first place. Like, the whole shtick of Maleficent is that she's a villain. She is, like, totally, incredibly a villain. That is her whole shtick. The second you take that away, she's immediately not as threatening, and also just not as fun a character. And you've just completely ruined Maleficent. So, yeah, Maleficent made me really very angry, and that's kind of ridiculous because I'm not even the biggest fan of Sleeping Beauty, like the original film. Like, it looks beautiful, the artwork is stunning, and it has got a very cinematic fairy tale quality to it, but I find it relatively dull, and also it only has like one good song, which is Once Upon a Dream, which I do love. It's a great classic tune, but if that's your only song, then really you've kind of messed up a little bit for a Disney film. But yes, we've got to this barrier, so kind of need the fairies to hopefully break it, because that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Maleficent's doing?
I know. Shall we?
Yep.
Now, it was a very good shout that we ran into those good fairies, because otherwise the track would have been a little bit wasted. But I do really like that we get to explore actually, well, all of the Enchanted Dominion this time, because obviously when we were here with Terra, it just wasn't there this bit. You couldn't go any further past the evil barrier of green death, and that was just obviously not fun. I had a moment there, I was just like, wait, there's a first person mode? I'm sorry, what? It's not something that really ever gets used. To be fair, I don't think it ever really should be used, because it's completely ridiculous. But hey, and I wanted to want more. I just completely wasted that. Yeah, but I have got Airflare 1, so that's a positive sign. Well, maybe not hugely positive, but still. We're about to head into Maleficent's castle right now, which I do think is really awesome. It's a really cool area, a bit in terms of the looks, because obviously it's very castle-y and green, so it's not the most exciting thing in the world. But you have got all of her minions to take down in here, which is quite cool. And while they're not hugely deadly, they can actually cause you a bit of trouble, because they will keep attacking. They don't have much health, but they can kind of fling you all over the place, and they can cause you to die quite quickly, so they're certainly enemies to watch out for. And the key thing with them is that magic really does take them down, so using things like fire and so on and so forth is a really good idea for them, because it just absolutely obliterates them. But I will say, it's quite fun to just obliterate them as you go, particularly because they have just that very satisfying dying in an explosion of fire, which is a little bit more exciting, I suppose, than the general burst disappearing, because all they do is sort of just go poof and die. But anyway, we're inside the castle now, so let's see what awaits us.
Careful, their maleficence.
Well, they ain't guarding nothing. Tension! No sleeping on the job.
And also, then, they ain't guarding nothing. One, that's a double negative. Ain't guarding nothing means they are guarding something. But also, in just going in and deciding you wanted to murder them, you've caused all of the reinforcements to appear. Maybe not all of them, but a good deal, like a good number of reinforcements. And that does just mean that we're going to be facing down a lot of enemies, which I mean, I'm totally down with that, because, you know, I love the combat of Kingdom Hearts, and just more means of murdering enemies, always good by me, because it just always ends up being just generally really quite enjoyable. And also I like how they're all running into the middle. It's just like, mate, I'm clearly all the way up there, you're just completely blind, and also doing a really poor job of this, because like, I mean, with Diamond Dusts on hand, like, good grief, they just do not stand a chance. Obviously because Diamond Dust is magic based, so that's probably why it's causing as much chaos among them as it has been doing. Definitely something to keep in mind if ever you're doing this. Try and get into Diamond Dust or Firestorm. Do you right. So yes, let's have a look at treasures, and I'm not quite liking that order, but I think that is sort of everything, because here we end up in a rather interesting room, to say the least, because this is well and truly a maze, which can get incredibly frustrating if you do not have a guide on hand. I mean, even with a guide on hand, it can get pretty annoying. Like, it's not too bad, because for the most part you can only ever go in one direction. It's just that it gets a little bit frustrating in moments where you can actually go to a different portal, but also there are times when the portal will change colour, so it can lead you to a different location that you weren't expecting to go to, or you're expecting you to go to a little bit later on. So it's likely that you'll spend a decent amount of time trying to get through the area, and also, for God's sake, why didn't I bring a bloomin' sliding dash with me? And yeah, you can see at this moment I'm just going, can I kill them all from up here? so that I don't have to actually really bother too much? And the answer is yes. Yes, I can. And oh good, I did have a sliding dash on me, so I'm able to get around the area quite a bit faster than I would have been. It's just that I had these guys waiting for me that I wasn't expecting. And that little diversion gave me more than enough time to get my sliding dash on, which means I can get across there quite nicely, and that nets me Tornado Strike, which is a pretty powerful move from what I remember. Once again, that's a move that they don't expect you to get till later, because they're expecting you to have glide, I'm pretty sure. So, like, really? They're expecting you to have a lot less with you at this point. Now, I have no idea what enemy was trying to attack me there, but yeah, it wasn't really going to get seen, and I think I might be going in the wrong direction, or I might be going in the right one. This is the point where I'm just like, I have absolutely no idea. So I'm pretty much just rolling with it. I am going to get everything in here. It's just definitely not in the most optimum path. Because while that, you know, had been my plan, I was going to take the best possible path through this maze. Didn't end up happening, unfortunately. And also, you know, then I realised, just like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have the moves that I had decided to give him. Oh, yeah, that's a twofer. So, yeah, I can't really do that one. So, Sliding Dash does end up just sitting there anyway. And once again, still nothing that I really want to do, so it's fine. Now, once a while, Ven does get to visit the majority of Enchanted Dominion. I mean, pretty much all of it. There is one room that he doesn't get to visit, which is actually down in the dungeons here. But to, well, I believe, to counteract that, I don't think Aqua can visit the castle, and obviously Terra can't visit this area whatsoever, so it all swings in roundabouts as to what people get to experience, and I mean, that's one of the things, as I said, I do like. And yes, that was the path that I wanted, thankfully, because we get a sticker. Always good. And I believe, yes, there's the chest. So we're making decent progress. And also, basically, we are right at the end. Because, well, I'm going to be a little bit of an idiot right now, I think. I'm just like, right, let's murder everyone, and where I need to go, I need to be in that bit of the level, not here. How the hell do I get around that? And it's because the portal changes colour. And also, you know, I'm going in the hole, but I wanted to make sure I got everything, and I am now so incredibly confused and lost. Because I thought that I had everything, and I don't have everything, and in the way my mind works, this sort of thing is just a nightmare. Because I just want to get everything in the easiest possible fashion, in the best possible order. That's the way I'm happy. But clearly, 'twas not to be. Because if I recall correctly, I mean, I can see those two chests over there, and I'm just like, well, I've clearly gone completely the wrong way at some point to get those. But, you know, since I had gone completely the wrong way to get those, I might as well just finish off the area. And we'll get it on the route back, because it is a bit easier to do. Also, because by this point I'd faffed about with blooming portals so much that really it just made sense. Just get it done.
That should do it.
Don't you remember? We've met before.
We have?
Why, of course, you said so yourself. Once upon a dream.
Exactly, 'cause I know you. I walked with you once upon a dream. I know you. The gleam in your eyes is so familiar, a dream. And I know it's true. The visions are seldom all they
My
seem.
name.
But if I know you, I know what you'll do.
I must see
You'll
you.
love me at
Maybe someday.
once the way you
When?
did
Tomorrow?
once upon
This evening.
a
At the cottage in the
dream.
glen.
And thank you. But it is nice that we get a little bit of a flashback moment. It means that, you know, Aurora actually gets to have a little bit of a talky moment in the game rather than, you know, being Sleeping Beauty.
Not long ago. Dreams are very strong beliefs. Aurora's led her to her true love.
I see you hold strong beliefs too, don't you, dear?
Yep.
You also have a strong light.
All right, hurry. We can't stay here.
Yeah, we kind of need to get the hell out of Dodge. And what's kind of nice is that it does warp you right back to the beginning of the area, which is nice. But then also, well, yeah, I'm kind of going really a bit of a back-asswards way about this, because I'm basically retracing my steps in order to get the hell to those final chests that I want to get. You can't get every single chest in the area on your first visit. You are going to have to return at a later point. And yeah, this is where the room is. Right there. There's nothing down this way. There's a dungeon with somebody kept in it. But we can't enter it. But yes, as I said, it's there are a few chests that we are going to have to check out on a second visit. Not obviously a second visit as in Kingdom Hearts 2 second visits, but a second visit as in, you know, a Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep second visit of just popping back into the world once you're done with it. And I believe that those two chests will be the ones kind of furthest down the line. The three that are at the start there will be littered around the intro area to Maleficent's castle. But they're the ones that we can't get until we revisit the place. Which is all fine. And I think I have finally come to my senses. And it's just like, right, okay, I've now used the guide to properly figure out where the hell I'm meant to go. But yeah, it was a mistake that I made very early on, and then was not able to rectify because I'd gone so far in. Basically, you, I think, take the first portal, and then there is a portal, another portal, I think, at some point. No, I think I've gone wrong again. You can see how confusing this maze can get. It's really annoying. Like, really super stupidly annoying. Although, I mean, I suppose there are the 2 different exits, so it's bound to be down one of them. Ah, yeah, this is it. So, basically, I thought that, yeah, this one led to the end, and it didn't, so I ended up running away from it for no apparent reason, because I'm clearly such a smart cookie. Oh, the moment when I realised that, I was just like, really? Really? That's what you missed? It's times like these where I look back on my previous gameplay and I'm just like, you flopping idiot. Yes, I did just make up the word flopping because why the hell not? That said, because we now have that, you know, we can actually finish the world, but before that happens I need to make sure I don't die to Maleficent's goons, because that would just be incredibly embarrassing, would it not? But I have to say, if we don't make it to the end of Ven's trip to the Enchanted Dominion, and we don't see Maleficent, I will be incredibly disappointed. Just like, we've got to go see the Mistress of All Evil. It's only right. And fingers crossed, as we return to Maleficent's throne, I get my wish.
Someone has released Aurora's heart. Tell me, child, was it you? Maleficent.
Only because you stole it in the first place.
A Keyblade. You must be Ventus.
Huh? How do you know about me and the Keyblade?
My powers ensure I'd know of the key to bringing me hearts. Terra gave me a demonstration.
Terra? He was here?
Why, yes. In fact, it was he who stole Princess Aurora's heart.
That's a lie!
I was asked to leave you unharmed, but it seems I have no choice.
So yes, I get my wish. We get to team up with the good fairies to defeat Maleficent. I mean, it's a pretty fun fight. The only kind of major problem that I have with it is that she really does like teleporting around the area. And I mean, she does this weird vortex attack, which you know you can just dodge roll out the way of. And pretty much sort of your main thing is just trying to pip her whenever you get the opportunity. There will be times when she does this and you basically want to use it as an opportunity to get in and attack her because she will stay stationary during it. So that's quite nice. She also has a move where she kind of puts a whole bunch of mist in this central arena. This one actually, and you can do this with the fairies. Use their awesome good magic and joint force to completely clean up the area and put Maleficent to sleep, because clearly she's a dozy cow who ironically likes to sleep during a boss fight. And also, you know, whilst we're at it, we might as well get a shot lock in there as well. I mean, why not? Just use all the different powers that we have to take it down. I mean, we're pretty much already there. I think just a little bit more of a little bit more attacking.
Into sleep freeze.
Oh good, she's letting us go straight into joint force again. So yeah, Maleficent Duck, terrible decision. Because it means you are so incredibly dead. See you later, Duck.
There's no way Tara would hurt somebody like that.
You don't believe me? That's unfortunate, for he agreed so easily.
He did?
Fen, don't be fooled.
Huh? Aqua!
Tara would never do that. You know that as well as I do.
Yeah.
Ah, the truth can be most cruel, even amongst the closest of friends. After all, one never knows the secrets of another's heart. I'm sure you'll agree, Ventus. Aqua.
The Master sent me.
Huh?
Then, let's go home.
But Tara...
Tara's not ready to leave yet.
Like right now, he's leaving you behind. And by the time you catch up, he'll be a different person.
Sorry, Aqua. But... I can't go with you.
What?
It's just... I have to find him before it's too late.
Ven!
Tara, where are you? Huh? Him again!
Well, I think we know where we're going next time. I mean, you can see it up there in the top right. We are heading right on into the Badlands. Because obviously at this point it's not the Keyblade Graveyard yet. But obviously before we go do that, I want to pick up my final few chests that are waiting for me. Basically... we need to return to Maleficent's castle in the outside area, because as soon as you finish the world, a few things have notably changed, which is pretty awesome. I don't know what I'm faffing over, it's just like, clearly this is a pretty easy decision to make. And also, you know, I can get a Faraga now, which is also good. I just need to make sure I attach the correct crystal to it. And there's me once more. Okay, I am happy now. I can live in peace. And also we get a fire dash as well, so works out quite nicely. So yeah. Have to say, looking back at this, I feel I probably should have cut out some of my trips into the delightful realm of menus, because they do take up quite a lot of time. But then part of me is also just like, well, I'm the type of Let's Player playthrough commentary person who likes to show off pretty much everything, if possible, and as dull as menus are to look at and to talk over, they're also sort of an integral part of the Birth by Sleep experience, and therefore I do feel it would be cheating almost to just completely get rid of them. And also, that is also partially me just being incredibly lazy, because if I wanted to, I could take the time and cut them all out, but then the other part of me is just like, nah, just move on, move on. But yes, here we go, back in Maleficent's castle, and as you can see, some of the ledges that were inaccessible before have been knocked down, and we can get to them. So I mean, immediately, 2 chests right off the bat, and then there's just the one more, which is located right by the sort of direct entrance into the castle proper. So that's pretty nice. I would go and, you know, murder more of the minions, but then really, I'm quite far away from a level up at this point in time, so I'm not really gonna make that much progress towards a level up, so I'm not gonna stick around too much, because all I really want is the treasure chest, which is located right here. And after I've got that, I mean, I might just kill off the remaining goons that are located in here. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, because there's only 3 of them, isn't it? It's not like there's that much of a chance. Oh, 4, I suppose. Still, not that much of a chance, and they died very quickly. And then it's a case of, yeah, might as well kill these guys as I run down the hill. Might as well just get those quick levels in. Quick bit of EXP. It's in my direct path. It's pretty much my way with most of the things with getting levels. I'm just like, well, if it's on the way, might as well. It's not going to hurt me. Although this moment of going, oh, they've just appeared back up there, and then I went, yeah, let's go kill them. It's clearly my unversed bloodlust. It's quite dramatic, clearly. I suppose all that murdering has gotten us actually pretty close to another level up. So there's every chance that we will gain another level before we actually end up leaving the Enchanted Dominion. Which, great, it's fine by me. I mean, I think we might have a boss fight in the next part. I'm thinking, and I'm failing miserably at that. But I think we might have another boss fight. It's either 1 or 2, I think, in the next part. As you can see, my memory now of Birth by Sleep has gotten somewhat hazy. Because, I mean, particularly like Ben's story, like bloody hell, I've recorded this weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago. And yeah, there we go, level 16. So I think, I mean, there may be a little bit more murdering of enemies as I go. Yeah, a little bit. Depends how long it takes me until I get bored. I mean, I'm definitely not doing that unversed challenge. I mean, like, for the love of God, that's not happening. Fine, we'll just finish off murdering all these guys. It is only right, I suppose. And yeah, that's it for the Enchanted Dominion. So let us save up. Well, you know, maybe meld a few commands, switch a few out. The usual. And yeah, it's time to head onwards to the Badlands. It'll be very exciting, I can tell you that now. Something spectacular is going to happen, I suspect.